The Mimic was in FNAF 2? Okay, wait, before we leave, hear me out. So Steel Roll showed a teaser for one of their new upcoming games called Secrets of the Mimic, and the Mimic looks sick! Well, that's not important. What is important, it has a clown mask with a red nose and exaggerated eyebrows. And in FNAF 2, we all know the Paper Pals. There's a bear, a bunny, and a clown. Weird, right? But he has a black nose, and the Mimic has a red one. Wrong! In FNAF World, Scott updated the design to give him a red nose, because clearly it was important, and he has an attack called Mimic Ball. And if you want more details, check out Game Theory's video on it, because that's where I'm getting most information. Coincidence? I think not. So I guess. What are femboys? God kill me. Femboys are guys who like to portray themselves in more feminine ways, like wearing makeup, expressing themselves in more feminine qualities, and wearing excess jewelry. And, you know, they kind of look like this. Okay.
Smash. I mean, I'd smash that. I'd smash
Yo! Bro, I don't want to smash something that could smash me right back, bro.
But, I mean, every game has to have a joystick. Like, it's like every controller has a joystick, right? Right?
Bro, not the Wiimote.
There is one. There is one, wow. Did we traumatize Jeff? You should be fine. Turn it off!
Turn it off! I guess now you know. FNAF is officially 10 years old, and I'm late. FNAF's 10-year anniversary was insane, so in case you missed it, here's a recap. So a bunch of stuff released, like the Joy Creation demo, 5 Lives at Freddy's, My Pop Goes Into the Pit, and each day a FNAF movie teaser was released, which was insane to tune in every day and find. Most impressive FNAF movie teaser was the Toy Bonnie head, which looked like it was taken straight from the game. And of course I can't go without talking about Withered Bonnie. I love him so much. But this is only mold, unfortunately. Another funny thing is they actually accidentally released Into the Pit a day early, and I should have a video coming out on Into the Pit pretty soon. It was filmed literally the day it released. I just am an extremely slow video person, so it should be no surprise that. Who is Sebastian Solis? Z13, also known as the Saboteur, also known as Sebastian, is a character from the game called Pressure. He is a kind ally to the player as they go through the hot all black site. Sebastian looks like a sea snake with light blue scales. He has a long tail with pouches full of supplies, 3 arms, 1 wrapped in a bloody bandage, and humanoid hands with claws. His face has fish-like features and a 3rd eye, with an angler fish-like antenna. He wears a jacket with accessories like a wedding ring and a cat pin. Sebastian is snarky, unpredictable, and sometimes violent. He hates Urban Shade. For what they did to him, he likes to mock people, but he also is willing to help people who help them. Sebastian runs a shop where he sells supplies. He only gives things to the player in exchange for research. If you use the flash beacon on him, he'll get mad and break your flash beacon, throwing you at the ground. If you use it again, he'll shoot you with his triple barrel shotgun. So I guess now you know. I have fan art. Okay, it may not be a crap ton, but I have fan art. After nearly 4 years on YouTube, it's been an incredible ride, and yet I feel like I haven't shown my true potential. I know I can work harder on these videos, and I know they could be a lot better, but despite my self-doubt, I have fan art. Like, look at this. I'm like, the talent and creativity in each piece is incredible. I honestly can't believe it. If y'all want fan art, send it to my email, kccool@gmail.com.
The day of destruction is among the horizon. Be ready.
Maybe I'll do another short like this if I got a lot more. But it's moments like these that strive me to push myself forward and make my content better. I'm excited to see what 2025 holds. But I still can't believe. Who is Shadow the Hedgehog? Okay, this might be a well-known topic, but hey, in case you didn't know, Shadow is made by Gerald Robotnik on the Ark to be the ultimate life form. But to make him stable, he has to make a deal with the leader of the Black Arms, Black Doom. On the Ark, Shadow meets Maria, and they become close friends. This feeling of friendship was cut short because the Gun boards the Ark to take Shadow, claiming he's too dangerous, but Maria sacrifices herself and gets shot, sending Shadow to Earth. In Sonic Adventure 2, Dr. Robotnik frees Shadow, and him and Shadow plan on using the Eclipse Cannon on the Ark to blow up Earth. Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles use one of the Eggman rockets to board the Ark and try to stop him, but Eggman fires the Eclipse Cannon. But instead of it firing, it is revealed to Doctor that they unknowingly activated the Doomsday program by Gerald Robotnik hurl the Ark to hurl the Ark towards Earth.
Sonic, Shadow, Tails, Eggman, Knuckles, and Rouge joined forces to stop the program, but the failed Ultimate Lifeform, the Bio-Lizard, was the final thing stopping them. So Sonic and Shadow go super to take down the lizard, and the coolest ending in gaming. After they kill the Bio-Lizard, they Chaos control the Ark away, and Shadow falls to Earth, eventually landing and losing his memory, leading to Shadow 05, revealing Shadow androids made by Dr. Robotnik, and made Shadow go through an identity crisis, leading him not to care if he's an android or not, and to accept himself. In Sonic the Hedgehog 3, it mainly follows the SA2 plot, but here are a few differences. Shadow was found in a meteor that crashed to Earth and was tested on. Geralt is alive and eventually betrays Dr. Robotnik, and its story is adapted to fit Tom, Maddie, and Agent Stone in it. Okay, why is Agent Stone like the best character? Like, okay, I guess you don't have to question. Who is Metal Sonic? Okay, so if you don't know, Metal Sonic was... What the heck?
Just give a mankind all retime.
I hate you.
You really didn't stand a chance against me.
Yeah, I kinda assumed that. I guess now you'll know. What are the good people and the painter? Z96 is a creepy large mask made out of human flesh wearing a worn out gray mask. It has long arms that look like bones and 3 big claws instead of fingers. The good people can show up in rooms with a fake door, and if you open one of these fake doors, the good people will attack you, not killing you, but doing a good amount of damage. The good people can't spawn underwater, and there can be multiple fake doors in one room, but even fake doors can have keycards. And if you interact with the door, you will be attacked immediately, no matter if you have a keycard for it or not. You can tell a Z96 door by hearing breathing and low growling, seeing sparks from the number, and noticing a static effect slightly below the number. Sometimes the painter will mimic the HQ's voice and mislead them. If the next door has a sound like running water, that's the right door. And if a node monster passes through the door, the fake sign door will stay active while the real ones turn off. In the ridge, they will be a lot louder and easier to spot. And there will be light coming from under the door. Now onto the painter. The painter looks like an old computer, and the script will show a program like MS Paint where it draws faces to express itself, but instead of a keyboard, it uses a drawing tablet. The painter's pretty much gone insane because it has to mine Roblox all the time. It often calls the player boring for not using turrets and ignoring doors with the good people behind them. But even though it tries to act silly, it's depressed about being stuck in the Hadal Black site and cannot draw beautiful landscapes anymore. The painter is found all over the Hadal Black site because it's linked to the main computer by a character named Sebastian. It'll use turrets to shoot the player, and the turrets will look around the room, and if they spot a player, they will start firing. They stop shooting if they... They stop shooting if they lose sight of you, so you can sneak around. You can turn off the turrets with a switch, which is very helpful, especially when playing with others. Sometimes the painter will trap you in a room and start a timer telling you how long you have to survive, as Infestation is out of window. If you hide in the locker, the timer pauses, and you will be taunted with "quit being a coward." When the timer runs out, the door will open and you can leave. The painter will also use hijack speakers in the ridge, where you have 10 seconds to get out of the area before your character will explode. Sebastian has appeared to promise the painter freedom if he prevents us from getting out of the Hadal Black site and stealing the crystal. I guess now you don't have to wonder. What is Pandemonium and Angler? But real quick, this video is sponsored by ClonoVPN. Staying safe online is an ever-growing difficulty and you could be exploited by hackers. ClonoVPN allows you to change your IP address, making you harder to track and secure your privacy. Check out the link in the description to get 100% off for your first 2 lifetimes, and thank you ClonoVPN for sponsoring this video. Now back onto pressure. Pandemonium looks like a melting flesh-like face with glowing eyes and extra eyes in its mouth. Pandemonium will spawn if a hiding spot is available, and the lights will flicker almost like an angler. But when it sees the player, it'll screech and lock onto them. Pandemonium is different from many node monsters where all they have to see is your head, but if he sees any of your body, he's locking onto you. So it's really hard to hide. If spotted entering a locker, a minigame will start where the player must keep their cursor in the middle of a circle while he bashes it around to the sides. Pandemonium can only spawn after door 19. Now onto the angler variants. Okay, there's a lot. So the first angler, the default one, is a giant angler-like monster with sharp teeth, a dark blue smoke around it, and he will spawn if a hiding spot's available and will be most likely the first monster that attacks you. He works basically the same like Rush from Doors. You can hide from him in off rooms, but it's a risk that if you're willing to take, you can. Blitz is a fast, gray, viperfish-like creature covered in dark smoke. It'll spawn in the same conditions as a normal angler, rawing before charging, insta-killing any player in sight. It cannot spawn in dark rooms except for the ridge. The player must hide immediately after hearing the roar. Chain Smoker is a green blobfish that looks warped around with a giant nose, dark eye sockets, and green smoke coming out of his mouth. He'll spawn in the same conditions as Angler, and the green smoke causes clithrophobia, forcing players out the hiding spots too. He's the slowest of his type, teleports the player to a unique death area, more frequent in the ridge where visual cues are unreliable. Frogger is a frog-like creature with sharp teeth and an angler lure. Frogger will spawn in the same conditions as a normal angler. Frogger focuses on the player's heads, insta-killing those in sight. After the initial attack, she will rebound for a second pass. Frogger also appears more often in the ridge, requiring players to listen for her audio cue. Last but not least, we have Pinky. Pinky is a pinkish-purple distorted face with sharp teeth and multiple pupils. Pinky will spawn in the same conditions as the others. If you listen carefully, Pinky will screech before she attacks, not flickering the lights at all, and works pretty much like a normal angler. So keep your eyes and ears open so you don't have to question, what is it like to have surgery? Okay, recently I went under surgery for the second time, and I found out the worst part isn't the surgery itself, it's the recovery. When you arrive, take you and your parents to a room to discuss what will happen during the procedure and the recovery process. They will ask whether you prefer to have an IV or a mask for anesthesia. I chose an IV because I was more familiar with it. And funny story, the only part of my body where the veins show are my hands, so they tried to insert the IV 5 times to find a vein in my arm. Eventually, they gave up and opted for my hand instead. After that, they'll give you a countdown, and then you go to sleep. Then you'll wake up from anesthesia, and anesthesia isn't like you're possessed. You know what you're doing, your logic's just a bit wonky. Afterwards, you might not be able to drink or eat if your lips are numb. Once the numbness wears off though, you can start your liquid-only diet for the first 5 days. And during this time, you kind of rely on painkillers and antibiotics all day. After the first 5 to 6 days, you can gradually return to your regular routine. And I guess now you don't have to worry about. What is the Werehog? In Sonic Unleashed, Sonic transforms into a Werehog after being exposed to Dark Guy's energy when Eggman shatters the planet. This transformation makes him stronger at night but slows him down, contrasting his unusual speed. With the help of Chip, an ally Sonic made by complete accident, Sonic works to restore the planet and stop Dark Gaia. Unlike normal Sonic, Werehog Sonic has super strength, stretching arms, advanced combat skills, wall climbing abilities, and an unleashed mode for increased power. Despite his frustration with the form, he is determined to stay heroic and caring. After defeating Dark Gaia with Chip's help, Sonic is freed from the Werehog curse, reinforcing his resilience, adaptability, and unfortunately, we lose Chip. Saddest death in Sonic, I'm not even gonna lie. But now you know. Can an alternate universe exist? So we all seen media like Spider-Verse and Deadpool and Wolverine, but can they actually exist? And the answer is kind of confusing. So if an alternate universe existed, it would probably mean that every decision you make would spike into another universe, like if Jack never cut his mullet, or if I never made this channel.
Or if I never showed up here. Anyways, have you seen a penguin around here?
Yeah, he went that way.
What?
That way? Alright, thanks. See ya.
Okay. But there's no real evidence of an alternate timeline. There's no real evidence of alternate timeline, so I guess we don't really know if they would exist or not. So, I guess we don't really know. Why did it get so popular? Okay, Invincible recently just popped up, and I have a couple reasons on why I think it did. So first of all, it flipped superhero expectations. At first, it seems like a regular superhero story, but it quickly takes dark turns with emotional storytelling, and not just hero fighting villains, but false heroes like Omni-Man. Speaking of Omni-Man, his big twist is also it. Omni-Man's reveal caught everyone off, and he's one of the most talked about characters in Invincible. It also has strong writings. Unlike many superhero shows, Invincible blends action, humor, and emotional depths. The characters feel real with genuine struggles. And when Mark goes through a breakup, I really felt it. That's cool. It also has brutal action scenes. The fights in Invincible are intense and graphics. And the violence isn't just for shock value, it raises the stakes and shows real consequences. It is also based off of the comic following the same name, so don't question.
Where do I live? Okay, Jack here. I'm not writing out a script right now, but Casey fell asleep, so I decided I would come in and take over for a short. So, I live in a place, I don't know what... I live in a different world, in a town called Ridgewood. And there's this guy, celebrity, named Foxington. He owns a factory, and I don't like talking about him anymore. But I used to live there around middle school, and after I dropped out of high school, I ended up finding a way here, which is weird. There's just... I'm not going to explain that. But there was downtown Ridgewood and the neighborhood of Ridgewood, and then there was where corporate was, but I never really ventured there until I don't like to talk about it. I really gotta make sure Casey wakes up, but I guess now you know.
A new FNAF movie trailer just released, and oh my god, this is sick! So at CinemaCon, the FNAF was shown, and first off, Jason Blum was in a Toy Freddy costume. But we care about we care about the trailer. So it starts off with showing Mangle powering up, Mangle killing someone, and breaking a window. And Toy Bonnie was shown with someone hiding from him, and Toy Chica ended up killing a teacher. And it shows Toy Freddy at the carnival and him opening up a like garage door looking thing. And oh my god, it shows Spring Bonnie picking up a knife, which means we might be getting a flashback scene for the missing children's episode. I'm hyped for this movie, and this makes it even better. So I guess now you know. I recently watched the Minecraft movie, and it was good. Okay, I recently watched the Minecraft movie with some friends on the opening Friday, and it was surprisingly good. I'd give it a 7 out of 10. And there were some standout scenes I really liked, but the whole thing was genuinely good. Some of the scenes, like when Steve killed a bunch of zombies right when you see him when he meets Henry and everybody else for the first time. Whenever they did the man sandwich with the elytras, and my personal favorite was the Enderman scene, which was actually peak. It was awesome. Wait, Jack, don't look into the eye.
No. I gotta go.
Another memorable scene was the Swift Golem whenever they made it, and it in general, and how it killed whatever the big piglin's name was. And then the ending was actually peak. The song brought a tear to my eye, I'm not even joking. And, oh yeah, Chicken Jockey. Okay, so I guess now y'all know. Why do we need pets? Okay, pets are important for many reasons. They give us love and friendship, which can make us feel less lonely and stressed. And taking care of cats also helps us build a routine and learn responsibility. Pets like dogs can help us stay active on walks, which is good for our health. They also help us meet new people, bring families closer, and for kids, the pets are great teachers and teach us how to care for others and understand feelings. Some pets even have special jobs like helping people with disabilities and giving us comfort at times. Overall, pets make our life better in many different ways.
Coconut, get back here.
What is that?
Oh, use a capybara. I got him to help you with middle school trauma. Yeah.
Like coconut, I guess. I guess now y'all know.